I can't believe you never heard of me. I'm a very popular entertainer.
Yo, good morning. It's hump day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's hump day, y'all. Please be hump day. Yes, it's hump day. Oh, man. Yo, Toronto Rig is in the building first this morning. My man D-Rod right behind her. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Gary with the E, welcome back, my brother. I know you've been grinding out there, man. Proud of you. Proud of the energy that you're putting out there, man. Great things are happening. That chick, yo, what's up, cuzzo? Happy hump day, everybody. Oh, snap. Craig G is in the building. Brick by brick. Good to see all of you in the building one more time. This week on Confidence. Buenos dias, Blaxican. This topic on confidence that we're talking about right now, it has been one that has truly opened my eyes to some things that I'm not sure if I forgot or I just hadn't been practicing. And one of the things, the lessons that I learned, or that I remembered, I should say, is that your environment, it matters. You know, as adults, we get caught up doing the work thing, right? We got to provide for our families. We have to make stuff happen. And it's kind of what we do as adults. Responsibilities. This adult thing is a real thing, people. And in that, well, we forget how to have fun. We forget how to go out, how to enjoy life, how, we do it in spurts, but we work so hard that we don't always play as hard as we work. And there becomes an imbalance. And when you have great people around you, it's a reminder about the real things or the truly important things in life. And so this confidence series has been really good for me. Just kind of going through the material. And I'm going to be honest about today's show. I said we was going to do an in-depth look at a case study, a profile, if you will. And what better person when we're talking about confidence than Ye, Jesus himself, Kanye West. I don't know many artists who has that much confidence or are as vocal about their confidence as a Kanye West. I remember years ago telling one of my friends, this was probably early 2000s, right around the same time, right? Actually, it might have been right before college dropout, before he dropped College Dropout. And he was real big on, I think it was Drake at the time. And don't get me wrong, I like Drake as an artist. Drake's music is a lot of it, some of it is classic, a lot of it is timeless. And I know that's two different things, but yeah. But Drake's music is, you can put it on repeat and you will nod your head while you cleaning the house, while you washing a car, you cooking dinner, you vibing out with a glass of wine. Drake's music is universal. It's racially ambiguous, right? Anybody can listen to Drake's music and feel a way about and get good vibes from it, mostly. Kanye's music, on the other hand, the first time I heard a Kanye West track, hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I ain't missing that because y'all be talking too much smack in these chats sometimes. Let's see. Over here, I'm doing amazing, just enjoying. Oh, it's Gary. Kanye's music, on the other hand, it's for me. I have to be. I can't vibe out the same way to a Drake track as I do a Kanye track. Kanye has a little bit more energy, a little bit more depth, if you will, to his music. And it requires a little bit more of your focus, a little bit more of your attention. Because Kanye is a storyteller. He understands the art of storytelling. And like all good music, all good musicians and artists, you put your heart into your work. You put your feelings into your craft. And that's why people respect it and vibe with it, because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And so for me, Kanye, I told my friend back then, I said, Kanye is going to be one of the greatest to ever do it, man. You know, this was, he only had college dropout at this point in time. He was like, bro, he got one body of work. How can you say that? I said, because just listen. This is a person who is deep. This person has a well full of ideas, thoughts, and concepts. So as we get started today, put a one in the chat if you're a Kanye West fan. If you like Yeezy, if you like his music, put a one in the chat. If you think he a little too weird for you, you think he might be a little, what's the word, crazy, put a two in the chat. But if you a fan, you rock with Kanye, you love his music, drop a one. If you not, you might be a fan, but you still think he's a little too weird for your taste, so you don't rock him too often. Put a two in the chat. And I'm always interested because what affects one person in a way, me and you could be sitting in the same room, listening to the same music, the same words, and hear two different things. That's generally how it works because we are looking from different lenses. We're looking from different lenses. And so this is actually about what I expected. I got some hard ones, but then I got a bunch of ones and twos. Yep, he keeps your attention. He's very intentional. One for the music, two for the one for the music, two for the crazy. Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah, one, two, one, two, one, two, check, one, two, mic check. Y'all see what I did there? Mic check, one, two, one, two. Put your hands up, people. And brick by brick say, hey, name one genius that ain't crazy. Those are my exact words, brick by brick. I said, dude, Kanye West is a musical genius. Much like I said about R. Kelly. Much like I said about R. Kelly. Musical geniuses. But not just those two. Is every genius throughout the history of the world has had some challenge somewhere. And the crazy part is the only reason we know about it is because they're so out in the spotlight. There are a lot of crazy folk walking around with genius level potential. But because they don't stand out, they don't make noise, we don't know just how dysfunctional they may be. But yeah, so the first time I heard Kanye West, well, wait, hold on. One now because he has hidden messages in the song. You see, Blaxican? That's what I'm talking about. There's so much depth to Kanye stuff. Just like College Dropout. If you're listening just for the music, if you're listening just for the stories, what about all the skits that he used to do? The Broke Five Broke Fraternity. And the irony of all of this is he was talking about being a college dropout when his mother was a college professor. His dad was also an educator, but he's talking about being a college dropout. He's making fun of people with college degrees, tongue-in-cheek style. You know, he ain't like, really giving them the business, but he's saying you don't have to follow the traditional models. You can chase your dreams. And that's why I resonated so heavily with Kanye, because I've never been one who wanted to follow the traditional thing. If it didn't fit my thought process or the vibe that I was on at the time. I believe that we are all creators. I believe that we can all achieve those things that we want to achieve. I don't have to go work at a factory for 30 years like my dad did, because I saw what happened when the company could save more money by taking their company overseas, and now my father's out of a job. I didn't want to put my livelihood, my future into the hands of another person or a group of people who would only do what was in their best interest. So yes, I may have to struggle a little bit longer. I may have to work a little bit harder, sleep a little less, but I'm going to bet on me. And that's all Kanye was saying. I'm betting on me. I'm betting on me. Where my air horn at? Is there anything wrong with betting on yourself? Just curious. Is there anything wrong with betting on yourself? I know the answer is going to be no. It's kind of one of those questions you ask because you already know the answer to. I forget the actual name of it, so I'm just saying it out loud right now. It's early. My brain is still firing up. Got my coffee though. So let's get into it. Actually, before we get into it, let's do these gratitudes this morning. Health Talks, does he agree? Toronto said no. That's right. There's nothing wrong with betting on yourself. At some point, we all have to. When you go for a job interview, you got to sell yourself. You got to promise that you can do what they're asking you to do. You got to meet their expectations. Matter of fact, they got to meet yours too. But anyway, we're going to get into these gratitudes. Then we're going to have this discussion. Was Kanye a little off, or was he truly genius? Is his confidence something to be admired or something to kind of push back from? All right, gratitudes. Let's get it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for a warm home, food in my fridge, family to enjoy it with. I'm grateful for the health and the strength to go to work, to be able to provide a living that supports my family, that supports my dreams, my futures, my goals, and my ambitions. I'm grateful for a heart and a mind that's set on positivity, conquering, living a life that only I can imagine. I'm grateful for the people that support me, that rock with me through good times and bad times. I'm grateful for friends, for family, for those that truly love and care about me, for those that make me better. Which means I am truly, truly grateful for all of you. Truly, truly grateful for all of you. And so, back to the Kanye discussion. We often hear about the crazy things Kanye has done. We often hear about the rants that he goes on from time to time. Monique says you have to understand where he is coming from at the time of the making of the music. That's right. If you understand the moment in which something was done, you get the context of it. But what happens when you start looking at it 5 years after the fact, 10 years after the fact? Sometimes it makes more sense because you can connect those dots, but sometimes you're lost. If you were 5 when Kanye burst onto the stage and said, "Hold on, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish," or George Bush don't like black people, right? I was watching that junk when it happened, and my mouth was like, "No, this didn't just say this on live TV." Kanye has never been shy about speaking his mind, and depending on where you are or where he is when it happens, you can miss really what he's trying to say. What else? What else? I totally agree. Say not at all. Everybody doesn't have that in them. So working a job is great for those people. We need all kinds of people to make the world go around. You just have to know who you are. Exactly, Health Talk. Exactly. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was referring to the knowing your superpower. And then a few weeks ago talking about knowing your gifts, knowing your talents. You see, when you want to, and my guy Randy told me this, when you want to make progress, when you want to get ahead, you double down on your strengths. But how many people we haven't truly identified our strengths, and so we're hanging on and carbon copying other people's strengths? Some people do that way too often. And when you do that, you are sliding in the doors and potentially getting into places where you can't sustain because it's not truly your gifting. Prime example, last night, I have a project due at work, and I probably shouldn't be saying this online right now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not gonna go into full detail. And it's a project that I'm working on, and I'm struggling with it. The deadline is coming up, and I'm struggling, and there's some things in there that I'm just not accustomed to doing. I could do it. I would need another month, though. At least another month to get it all done properly, not half doing it. Well, this is what I mean by having good people around you. I said, "Babe, I'm struggling with this thing right here." She was like, "Well, babe, what is it? What do you need me to do?" And she sit down, she instantly pulls out her laptop and she starts typing. Okay, so what should this look like? How should this be? What do you want me what do you want to say about this? She's getting all the information from me and she's putting it in a format. And late last night, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. She's okay, baby. I'll be there in a little bit. I wake up this morning. I come sit at my desk, and there is a nicely packaged project for me to flesh out, make adjustments on. It took her all of 2 hours. It took her 2 hours to knock out something that it would have took me another month to do. Matter of fact, shout out to you, boo. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Because she understands, she knows her superpower. She doubles down on that. And she gets amazing results. Knowing who you are and what you're good at, your value goes higher and higher and higher. Problem with it, we don't all believe it. We don't believe in ourselves the way that we should. Talking about that first programming, that original programming that we received. The original thing or the original operating system that we came with, whatever that user typed into us, that thing is so undefeated. So undefeated. All right, let me catch up on these comments real quick. I know who you are. Yes, no, because you choose not to stay within the box someone else tried to put you in. Blasting. Bow, bow. People will often put you in a box because they recognize your gifts and how it benefits them. But if you don't truly understand who you are, That's going to happen so many times in life, and it's going to frustrate the hell out of you. I've been there. I've done it. I've oh man, I've seen people around me do it, and I see them beating their head up against their wall. Remember the example of the fly, the one that's trying to get out the window, and he's trying to get out this one spot, but there's a whole door or another window on the other side that's open. They could just fly out and be happy. But they're focused on this one thing. Don't always work out. Ooh yeah, give my baby her love. Yep, he was definitely speaking facts. Oh, me. Yep, he's very vocal, confident, and a trailblazer for other artists that are afraid to express what they are really feeling and own their own brand. That's right. That's the genius of Kanye. And so, before I really talk too deep into the Kanye piece, I want to really give y'all a little clip about where Kanye gets his that original programming from. We all know about Donda, his mom. We all know what she meant to him. But I don't truly think everybody fully understands what it looks like to have a person in your corner that some of us do. Matter of fact, you can always tell the ones who either did or didn't completely. The two parallels. Somebody that was there giving all the love and somebody that was just totally absent. You get similar results. Paths is a little different. So let me share this real quick so we can talk about this little video. Is this the one I want? Yeah, this is the one I want. All right. All right. Can y'all hear that?
This is so exciting, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I can believe it the way you are. Somebody got to do it. You play tracks like Michael Jordan shoots free throws.
You play tracks like Michael Jordan shoot free throws. I just want to let that sink in for a second. She said, matter of fact, let me go back. Let's start that again.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Can you
I
believe
can believe
it?
it the way you are. Somebody got to do it. You play tracks like Michael Jordan shoots free throws.
Now, this is before he even signed with Rockefeller, before he even dropped College Dropout. This was him making the beats, him getting his name out there, doing interviews. The press run was like crazy that he was on because everybody wanted his stuff. He was so in demand that even Rockefeller didn't want to give him a deal initially because if we give him the deal, he gonna stop making beats for us. 3/4 of the blueprint. Jay-Z is #1 grossing album ever. Kanye produced 3/4 of it. Kanye was a beast on those beats, and everybody wanted some. He found his niche. Way more talented, but it was the place he could get in the moment, the place he could find immediate value, and he maximized it for everything that it was worth. Let's continue.
Anybody does something that much and that long and is that good, it's got to pay off. Can't go there and do nothing but blow up.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
The main thing is getting to do something that you really love to do.
Right.
But you know what, I was thinking about something I was going to say to you, Kanye, that I thought was important. How you were down to earth and everything, but you know you got a lot of confidence. You come off a little arrogant even though you're humble and everything. But if
Only your mama can talk to you like that, right? Yeah. You come off a little arrogant even though you're humble and everything.
it'd be important to remember that the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing.
So this reference, I'm gonna ask you guys. This reference, I wasn't 100% sure of, only because are giants like vampires or something? You know, a vampire look in the mirror and the vampire don't see anything. Is that the kind of the same context? Is that the same context? So let's see. Deion Sanders is another. Yeah, Deion Sanders is another example. She was soft spoken and always encouraged his confidence. Yeah, let's stop right there on that comment from Monique. Donda West, from my understanding of her, she Kanye is a hyper person, whether it's masculine energy, whether it's artistry, he is extra in everything that he does. And how easy would it have been for her to match his energy? Instead, which is why I say women are smarter than men. Well, most women used to be smarter than men. Let me rephrase that. Because the power of a woman isn't in her, it's not in the alpha state. It is that sit back and that calm, subtle voice. It's that softness. Because men, we resonate at that tone. We're aggressive by nature. And when you come at men in aggressive nature, we're not listening. We're not listening, which is why when men are together in the same space, we tend not to elevate our voices too much. We tend not to be in each other's face or be disrespectful because we know that at any point in time, something could pop off. And when men really go at it, somebody's getting hurt. Some furniture will definitely be moving. A man's job in disarming another man is being calm. Okay, brother, relax. Okay, I understand. Okay, hold on. Let me try to understand what I think you're saying. Because I want you to know that I hear you, but I want you to hear me too. But let me make sure I understand before I respond. It's like, guys, we know that. Donda, she knows that. And so what she's doing in this moment is she's telling him, hey, babe, you're doing a lot right now, but you're humble. She's encouraging at the same time. Yeah, you come off a little arrogant, but you're humble. But I just want to get y'all thoughts on that. Hold on. Soft spoken. Yep. I know it means that he's huge, and that's normal for a giant. A regular. Okay. See, it's always the simplest answer. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, boo. Yep. Think a giant is too big for a mirror. Thank you guys for enlightening me today. Because I was wondering about that. I'm just like, yeah, much as I love stories, I never read a lot of giant stories. So I'm like, is that like vampires? But no, they're too big. When they look in the mirror, they don't see nothing. Okay. Let's carry on. Oh, wrong one. I believe that his mom was using the giant example as his success, not allowing it to stand taller than his humbleness. Basically, let his humbleness shine greater than his success. Interesting. Let's continue and let's see where she goes with it.
You know what I mean?
So do you think I come off too arrogant?
No, come on, just right. It's because it's what's inside. Because you can't be a star and not be a star. You gotta have some oomph about you. You don't want to just go saying, "Oh, I'm just really not all that," but thank you anyway. Nothing like that. I'm not saying come off like that. I think the way you handle yourself is really just perfect. But at the same time, if you remember, like, to stay on the ground, and you can be in the air all at the same time. That's what I think it means when it says the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing. Everybody else sees the giant. You know what I mean?
Right. I know.
Ooh, she said you can stand on the ground and be in the air at the same time. Yeah, that's Kanye mama. She dropped a bar on him. And so imagine growing up. She's talking to Kanye really soft and easy right now. But can you imagine how she was with him when he was a child? How much more playful the voice was, how friendly the voice was, how she was always encouraging him. Kanye believes in himself because his mom taught him to believe in himself at all costs. At all costs. And so he knew he was going to be a star long before he was a star. It was his job to make other people see it. That was his job, to make other people see his star power because he already knew it. So original programming matters. So if you are a parent right now, if you're raising children, it is your duty, it is your job to always be encouraging your children, always helping them to identify their talents and their strengths so they don't wake up at 25 trying to figure out what am I good at. Because as parents, we see it. We see what I'm gonna use in my case what Lil Jordan is doing. I know Lil Jordan is a speaker. And so guess what I don't do? I don't tell Jordan to shut up. I don't tell him to be quiet. I listen to him. I give him my undivided attention. I don't give him unasked for advice either, which is quote unquote criticism. Because I see that in him. He has every gift that I have, but he don't have the trauma. He don't have the hangups. He don't have the speech issues that I had. His voice is pure. And I already know what he's gonna do. Now it's my job to help him see it even more. Because right now it's kind of lame. This generation, he'd rather try to be a rapper than to be a speaker. But it's a growth curve that we working on right now. So the original programming, is key. What do y'all think about? Yeah. What do y'all think about the bravado of Kanye? Does it turn you off? Do you understand it? Do you do it in your life? What do you think about that bravado? When is too much too much? Or I guess that fine line between confidence and arrogance. Confidence and arrogance. We talked about yesterday confidence being that firm belief in something or someone. But what's arrogance? Arrogance is being unpleasantly proud, meaning you're proud of yourself, but you're obnoxious about it. You're proud of yourself, but you want to hold it up over everybody as if you're more important. You know more than everybody else. That's the arrogance. Arrogance and confidence are not the same thing. Arrogance tells me that there's some kind of some trauma in there somewhere. The need to be, I won't say right. It's not the need to be right. It is the need for other people to recognize that you're right. And so it's your job to make them recognize that you're right for the sake of just being right. It's one of those things. Ego. Basically, ego is self-importance. Self-importance. And I'm going to read these attributes out to you, these words and these definitions, because I want you to understand what the difference of them are. And some of them are good. You need them. You must have them, like pride. Consciousness of one's own dignity. Being aware that you are him, that you are her. Being aware of it. That's pride. I'm aware of the fact that I'm a good speaker. I'm aware of the fact that I have great taste. Although my ego ain't really built like that. I don't believe I ain't gonna say I don't believe. My self-importance is really the last thing on my mind. It's not all about me at the end of the day. And Kanye, we may actually get to a clip of it, but I just want to drop it in now. He said something some years ago in an interview, and it stuck with me. Because he says, if you like Kanye West's music, you're not a fan of Kanye, you a fan of yourself, because this is your story. And I heard it, and I was like, yo, is that why I like Kanye? Because I like myself? Is that what it was? But no, what it was is Kanye is saying things and doing things that most of us find improper to say, think, or do. It takes a certain kind of person to get to the status of that. Hold on, let me minimize you. Wow, yeah. It takes a certain kind of person to get to the status that he has made. You have to accept the whole person, the stuff you like and the stuff you don't like. That's true. I mean, it's hard. It's kind of hard to have one thing without the other. This is not Build a Bear. You know, when my youngest son was born, he was a preemie, and so we went through a whole thing. And so we went to this Build a Bear shop, and we built this bear with specifications for him. And so it was his bear. So we built it up and put all the dressings and all the buttons and the shine and everything else on it. And we took it and we put it in his little NICU. But life isn't that way. You can't cherry pick these things from people. You have to take people as they are. You have to love them for who they are. Anyway, I'm kind of going off down a little rabbit trail right there. Apologies for that. But let me get into this net. That was Kanye's mom. And just kind of a idea of who his mom was and what she did for him. This next clip is Kanye talking about, is Kanye talking about Kanye stuff.
What I would do if I didn't win, I guess we'll never know.
It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people if you're scared of like positivity and creativity? Like I have no intent to do anything negative to anyone. I only want, more positive things to happen.
I think people focus too much on the past and focus too much on regret. Even like when you deal with schools, like you take like the slave idea. My point is, I've heard of history class. I've never heard of a class that breaks down how you balance a checkbook or how you control your finances, which my father never taught me that. And I've never heard of a future class. So they keep us so focused on history that we start to believe that it actually repeats itself. And we become overly traditional, and we can't advance as a race of beings. We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting. And sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation. I am a pop artist, so my medium is public opinion, and the world is my canvas. I'm sorry is something that you can use a lot. It gives you the opportunity to give your opinion, apologize for it, and give your opinion again. People say, you should not be sorry for your opinions. George Bush has some very cool self-portraits. I didn't know he was an artist. I felt my nerves a bit, and I don't feel that feeling a lot. The nerves of humility and modesty when being honored.
Well, I'm just a creative. I'm more like a Walt Disney or something. Like rap is just a chamber of my thoughts. It's something that I really wanted to express as a modern day, poet. Because, if I had lived in a past lifetime, maybe I would have been a playwright or something. But in this lifetime, to be the most current, the most relevant is to be a rock star. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can express, at the highest level there. And for me, I came from, art school and everything. I would, draw out all these ideas and all these concepts. And the more and more I get to create, the younger and younger and younger I feel. So, when I did.
So I want to. Get out of my way. There we go. All right. Yeah, I wanted to pause there for a second, simply because when we thinking about the people that aggravate us, the attributes that a Kanye West has, the things that aggravate us the most about somebody like a Kanye West is that they're always talking, right? They never shut up. They're always talking. They always got something to say. But think about it. What has Kanye West ever been malicious and trying to hurt anybody? This man just truly believes in himself on a level that I've never seen anybody be as bold about or as braggadocious about. The faith, the belief, the concepts, the things that he wants to do. Kanye is definitely at the higher end of the spectrum when it comes to confidence. And the reason I chose Kanye for this discussion today is because I want everybody to understand that in the middle, that's where safety is, in the middle. And most people, they don't want to stick their head up too much. They don't want to stick their head up too much because they don't want to stand out, because they're afraid of the judgment. They're afraid of the criticism and the backlash. But there's a spectrum that's super high, and then there's the bottom, the two ends. Those are the polarizing ends. Kanye chooses to be here. He chooses to be up there, and he wants everybody to get there. I like the part about apologizing and then offering your opinion again. Yeah. Yeah. And so Kanye is very intentional because he understands that. He understands it. He wants to be heard. He wants to be, he don't even care if you understand him, I don't believe. But I do know he wants to be heard because he has thoughts and ideas that he think will shape the world. He's like, he thinks on the same level as like a Steve Jobs. He wants to change the world. He wants to shape things in a certain way. Now, do we go about the best way most times? Depending on who you're talking to and who you're asking. But the number one thing Kanye has that we've been talking about is knowing what you want. Knowing what you want. And understanding why. Understanding what you're going to do it. Also understanding how long it's going to take you. And the how, you can create the plan. You never know how it's going to shape out. He was with... Okay, y'all wilding out a little bit. But yeah, so Kanye he's a different guy in a lot of ways, but he's a real person. He's a real person. And I think we all can learn a lesson from him as it comes to this confidence thing and really believing in who we are, standing on our square and living the life that we decide to live. All right, let's get back to it though.
Yeezus, I just felt frustrated. And usually I would start the album with like Blood on the Leaves. I know everybody would even like the album more if I did that, but I felt so frustrated in the way I've been marginalized and held back.
My daughter went to a fashion camp for 5 days a couple weeks ago, and I visited her, and we put the thread through the sewing machine, and it really brought me to tears to think about the 15 years that I've been working on apparel, and for my friend Virgil to be the head of Louis Vuitton, and for me to have this, $1.8 billion company out of, a thread going through. And my daughter asked me, "Daddy, do you have a sewing machine like this at your office?" And I brought her to my office, and she did a bunch of sketches, and my head pattern cutter made her dresses right there for her. So she loves coming to the office and doing sketches. What we want is a real shot. Not, okay, I'm a celebrity, so that means my line has to cost $10 a t-shirt. No, I understand about quality. I understand about fabrics. I spent 10,000 hours at this. I dedicated my life to this. Then a lot of people say, okay, well, you have to do music. I'm gonna keep doing music, but what if people told me I couldn't rap? What would have happened? What if people told me I couldn't perform? I'm only 36 years old. I have other goals and other things, and I'm gonna use my platform, every platform, to stand up and say, I wanna make something. I wanna make the next Ralph Lauren. They say people don't stand up and protect their dreams. People are too scared of getting, spoofed in a way. And the irony of it is so many people that are creatives. Think about a creative person in school. When you picture them, you probably picture them all the way in the back of the class.
Boom. So I just want to highlight, and I think I'm done with that clip, but what I wanted to highlight with that was the idea that when he was talking about his daughter and him having a $1.8 billion or manufacturing company now. And now people want to say, you can't do this. You're supposed to be a rapper. But remember before that, he was just a beat maker. He was just a producer. Now he's just a rapper. Every stage of your development, there's going to be someone that's going to try to box you into where you are because they think, haven't you done enough yet? Why do you want more? Why do you deserve more pay? Why do you want to do more than what you're currently doing? Because that's an old mentality. When my parents were growing up, my parents were baby boomers, and they were taught by their parents who grew up during the Depression, the Great Depression, that a stable job was the way to success. And so you go to a job, you stay there for 30 years, you raise a family, you put your kids in college, get them a good education, or get them out on the farm. There go that box of limitations again. That's right. And you live out your life that way. But how many of us would be miserable if we worked in a factory somewhere, if we drove a milk truck for 30 years, putting milk at somebody's door? Times have changed. Now people can go to the store and get that milk. They don't need a milk driver anymore. Now, if you love the work that you do and you find enjoyment out of it, it's nothing wrong with anything. Anything that you decide you want to do with your life, it's nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is, for the people who are not satisfied, for the people who know that there's more that they can do, you are the one who has to reconcile what's holding me back. What's holding me back? I would say take that look in the mirror. Not because you're a giant, but just saying look in the mirror and really evaluate. Is my confidence lacking? Is my belief in myself lacking? Am I trying to hide behind the facade? Am I just following along? Am I going along just to get along? You have to decide for yourself to turn your confidence to 1,000 or keep it at 30. The choice is yours when it comes down to it. Kanye was a beat maker. They called him a backpack rapper. They didn't take him serious. But Kanye would go in the studios. He would rap for the receptionist. He go in. He said, "Hey, y'all got a CD player here?" She was like, "Yeah, right there." He'll put his CD in, and he'll sit there and rap for the receptionist. The receptionist can't put him on. The receptionist can't do nothing for him for real. But anytime he got a chance to rap, to showcase his skill, his talent, he was unashamed. He just did it. Anybody that was listening, he would go into Def Jam Studios where Jay-Z was and blast it in the reception area and make people come out and look and say, what's going on out there? Because he knew what he wanted. And he had enough belief in himself. He knew why he wanted it. He knew how he was going to get it. He just couldn't control the time on when it was going to happen. But it did. And he always knew it did. That was my rant for the day. Blaskin says, we have to keep in mind that he has to be all of that because they have been trying to keep him in that box. He's controlled. But a box can't hold that much power. His mother spoke about. That's right. The giant always going to break free. And he talked about the reason why he stopped taking the meds, right? They put him on bipolar medication. And he was like, because the meds, it took away him. It took away his creativity. The thing that his constant companion was his thoughts, new ideas, new concepts. The meds killed that. It diminished that. And I would ask, is life really worth living if you're not who you are? If you're on life support in the hospital and the only thing keeping you alive is the ventilator, is life worth living? Are you living a life? Or are you just a passenger in somebody else's journey? And there goes that box again. Yep, limitations. They will try to put you in a box. The box is basically their own box of fear because they are afraid of taking risks. Live outside the box. Well said. If you label me, you negate me. Woo, that's a bar, bruh. That's a bar. I don't understand why people try so hard to put others in a box. We are born to stand out. But are we? You know how the saying goes is people want your success. They want to see you successful until you become successful. Because when it's just an ideal, when it's just hope, yeah, man, we're going to make it out one day, man. We're going to make it out. We're going to do this. When it's just hope, everybody can be on that train. The hope train is great. The hope train is good. But what happens when somebody go from hope to reality? One person out of a group of 5. There are going to be 2 they're going to support and try to climb with. But there's also going to be 2 that becomes haters. Because their own fear won't allow them to do that. Oh man, he just got lucky, man. I was the best one in the group. I was that one. And they just like him because, his uncle, his mama was a college professor, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, he was light skinned, or they liked his gold chain that day. I didn't have my medallion on, right? There's always a reason. But when it comes down to it, your success always seems to highlight somebody else's lack of success or lack of faith in themselves. He always created his own audience. He did. He did because he knew who he was, and he was not afraid to go after whatever that was. So whether it was making beats, just trying to get his name out there. Matter of fact, he said that I made beats so I can rap over them. But I just shared them with other people to get them on because I knew my beats was fire. But he made beats for him. But he saw it as a way to get into the door. And get into the door he did. He manifested a life. He goes from, I won't say a project kid, but he was, I guess, kind of in a sense, kind of like me. He didn't grow up in the projects, but like across the street from it. He was in the community. He was in the same neighborhood, same area code, same everything. Same school systems. But he decided he was going to get out. He decided he was going to get his mom in a better place. And he did. He decided he wanted this type of woman, this type of family, this type of kid, this type of life. He manifested it all. He manifested it all because he believed in himself. He had the ultimate confidence. Some people mistake it for arrogance. Even his mom said, hey, you call him in an arrogant way, but you humble, because she know who he is. She know he didn't mean no harm. She know he didn't mean what the world may perceive, and she was keeping him grounded. Yep, and then she passed. And he lost a very strong foundation. He lost the building block to his life. He lost his original programmer. And so now he's still figuring it out. He's still him. If he decide to go back to music, he gonna drop hits. If he go back into clothing, he gonna Kanye had people My wife said yesterday he was carrying trash bags as the shopping cart. You know, they was walking around trash bags with his homeless apparel line. And people bought it. The oversized boots, the Yeezys, the slippers, them joints is ugly. But they damn near $200 a pair, and people buying them like crazy. I don't get it. I don't see it. I love the artists. The art in itself, yeah. The apparel, not really my swag. But my kids, they love it. Yo, Pop, I got the new Yeezys. I'm gonna get you a pair. Nah, bro, save your money. I'm good. I'm good. But whatever he decides to whatever he decides to do, he does it. He believes in affirmation. He believes in dreams and goals. Kanye, he is that dude. He has the ultimate confidence. The ultimate confidence. Matter of fact, put a one in the chat if you got some Yeezys. I just want to know. I want to know who wearing these ugly spaceship shoes. But they are comfortable. I did kind of put my hand in my fingers and touch the soles, and I'm like, them jokers are soft. It's like you walking on clouds. But anyway, why I'm waiting on them ones waiting on them ones? Let's get into these affirmations. I am. Just get me a pair of shades. Yep, people bought it. D-Rob said, just get me a pair of Shaqs, bruh. You OD on that one, bruh. Get you a pair of Shaqs, word. That's a hard pass for you too, right? Right? -1, right? But they won't stay in stock. Stores can't get them in fast enough. So what do we learn from that? It don't matter who don't like you, who don't like what you do, who don't like your product, service, whatever. Somebody else will. Somebody else will, but you got to believe in it. People buy based off the strength of your beliefs. That's really what it comes down to. Your confidence is key in your success, your future endeavors. People buy you more than they buy the product. They can go get a pair of Crocs, but they choose to spend $180 on some Yeezys over some $50 Crocs. Don't make much mathematical sense because it's not the actual product. It's the person. They're buying the person. And in life, people are going to buy you. So if you have no confidence in yourself, it's going to be hard to sell people on your value. It's going to be hard to maintain healthy, strong relationships. It's going to be hard to truly get out of life what you want to get out of life if you don't first have that belief and your confidence in yourself. Somebody ice cold. Okay. Let me y'all got me a little bit looking again. Pair of Shaqs. Nah, that's a hard pass for me. Nope. -0. That is a negative. Wow, that's my boo. It's a -0, right? All right, let's get into these affirmations so we can get these days going. I am. I am more than enough. I am an innovator. I am a creative. I am a trailblazer. I am more than enough. I am qualified. I am connected. I am happy and excited to see my dreams come to fruition. One by one by one. Every day I'm achieving something new. Every month some item is coming off of my list. Every year I am doubling in value and in worth. I am highly sought out. My advice is highly coveted. My presence is always in demand. I am more than enough. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am confident. I exude confidence. I even ooze confidence. And it's infectious. People buy me because I'm confident, because I'm qualified, and because I add value to every room that I walk into. I am more than enough. I am. I am. I am, and so are you. One of the final things I want to talk about with Kanye was Kanye always found ways to win. He always found ways to ascend the next height, to get over the hurdles. Because I didn't even talk about the car accident that had his jaw wired shut. He had just signed his deal. He had just signed his deal. And then he's in an accident that almost took his life. Broke his jaw really bad. He had some other injuries. And out of the pain of almost losing everything, Through the Wire was a huge success. And he actually rapped it, mouth still wired up. Tell me that's not a person that believes and has full faith in themselves. So whether you like Kanye, can't stand Kanye, there's a Netflix special called Genius. Genius. Just type in Kanye on Netflix and watch. It's a three-part documentary. Watch it. I promise you, you won't you won't regret it. Watch it. It'll really give you an insight to who he is, where he comes from, and why he does what he does. Why he does what he does. It's a good look, a very good look. Let's see. Oh yeah, Crocs. Yeah, a matter of fact, I do need to look into Crocs too. I'm always interested in stories like that. Purple. You talking about the mattress? Purple. What? You talking about the mattress, man? Because I like purple mattresses. Oh no. Autocorrect probably got you. People buy us. That's why I'm talking about purple mattresses. Okay, yeah, I do like purple mattresses. They have some amazing commercial. Y'all seen the one with Sasquatch? Never mind. Rabbit trail. All right, people buy us. That's why we have to sell ourselves, and hopefully we don't sell our soul. Ooh. Oh man. Hey, Health Talk, that's a bar, bruh. He said we have to sell ourselves, and hopefully we don't sell our soul in the process. Monique said facts. Oh man. Oh, he did? Depending on which interview you listen to. I think you made me love Kanye again. Oh man, I'm telling you, Kanye is Kanye is a complicated dude, but aren't we all? Not dudes. Aren't we all complicated people? We all hypocritical. Because one moment we love a thing, the next minute we don't. We tell our children not to do something that we're totally doing. We ask our spouse or loved one to do something that we're about to go do. We all hypocrites. We're complicated people. Because we have feelings. We have emotions. We have thoughts. We have desires. Blackson, who sound like another Kanye West? Hold on. Are you referring to me? Thank you if you are. If not, maybe next time. Anyway. Yeah, I want to share one final clip about this Kanye clip. It's a good way to close out. It's a good way to close out the morning. It's just Kanye and being in his full Kanye. He's been inspiring more than not. And it's pretty short too. I think I got it off TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let me share this final one with my man Yeezy, and then we'll ride up out of here.
Years. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36. So just watch the next 10 years.
Right? That's Jay. That is Jay right there, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, I think that's who we all should aspire to. Maybe not be him, but have that level of confidence. Have that level of confidence about our gifts, our abilities. We can't be great at everything, but there's something, I bet money, there's something you can do that you can hang your hat on that you're excellent at. Double down on it. Don't be afraid to tell the world that's what you do. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't fear the judgment. Matter of fact, it's good that people see who you are early because they'll accept it. Everybody has accepted Kanye West at every level that he's been on, and it hadn't stopped his success, hadn't stopped his star from rising. People just say, man, I like what he's doing, but if we bring him in, then he ain't gonna work for us no more. Or I like what he's doing, but I can't work with him, man, because he gonna outshine me. Competition, haters, people putting you in boxes. Don't let them phase you. So as you go out into this day, as you go out in this day today, understand this. There is no spoon. Boxes are made to be crushed. So don't let people put you in one. Don't let people marginalize you into spaces that, one, you don't want to be in. Two, you're not really good at, you don't feel confident in, because it's not your gift. Don't volunteer for the assignment of a miserable life. Double down on your strengths. Understand what your gifts, your talents are, and go be your full self in those spaces. Go where people will celebrate you, not where they tolerate you. You want to always be in environments where you're thriving, where you're shining. If you're in an environment where you can grow and people are supporting you, you're going to grow stronger, better, and faster. That's why this community exists. It's why this channel happens right now, because I wanted to create the environment that would start my day off good, that would start your day off good, that we can actually grow together. We can build strong roots, have a positive mindset as we go into our days. Because life is hard. I understand. I get it. But we get to choose. We get to choose. So I just want to say shout out to everybody today. Toronto Riggins, my guy D-Rob Training, Monique, my sweetie Bobby, that chick, yo, Craig G, Brick by Brick. The black skin is back in the building. Buenos dias. My guy Gary with the E. You guys have been God sent to me, and I appreciate it. D-Rob Training. Oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, the books are in the mail. So Friday or over the weekend, y'all should be getting them. If you haven't gotten them, let me know, because I got my receipt. But they're in the mail. Thank y'all for playing the game. Y'all showed up, so it was my honor and my pleasure to make those giveaways. I enjoyed it. I've never been so excited to give something away either. Y'all must really be special to me. I appreciate you. Health Talk. Bruh. We got a lot to do, bruh. A lot of work to do. I'm excited. I'm glad you came into my life, man. Let me make sure I ain't missing no other. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Man, you guys wild, man. Green Byways. I'm still making music. Yep. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Monique. We appreciate the Glovers. That's my cousin, y'all. All right, man. It's hump day. Go out there, make it a great day. No spoon, no boxes, no limitations. Go be the full version of yourself and live your best life. I will talk to you tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to wrap this thing up. We're not wrap it up. We're going to part 4 of the Confidence Week series. Y'all be blessed.